Luckily for us, my CFO, who actually is also my father, that makes it quite interesting dynamic-wise, actually his first company, who he took public as a CEO, did about 50 plus M&As to grow. So they didn't grow as much organically. They were a service business, so they did a lot of M&A. So that's actually something he's really, really good at. So that makes the cost of acquiring a lot cheaper most of the time, and the negotiation a lot easier. And then when it comes to the people side, I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, but Casey, our head of people, is really amazing at that, putting a right plan together and executing on it. And I think it takes time to do a proper integration, but we're getting better.
Tell me, your father, I didn't know that actually. How do you make it work with your dad?
We're very tight as a family. The way I was raised, we're very, very close. And I think we have very different skill sets, right? Like I'm much more aggressive, make decisions a lot faster, and much more product, and maybe a bit more Americanized in many ways, right? Where I understand the value a bit more because I studied in the US, where he's much more traditional French, like CEO of a public company. One of the reasons we are a bit positive now, right, since September, which was one of the big announcements we had, is that in January, he looked at the market and he said, hiring freeze everyone. You got to work on your workbooks and what you're doing. And I want us to be a bit positive by the end of the year. And we're like, okay. And it ended up being like one of the best decisions of the company, right? So I think we have a very, very different skill set, but at the same time, very complementary. And I think there's a lot of like mutual respects where he understands, I'm also here to make my mistakes. So, his favorite thing is like, you'll see in 3 months I was right, or in 6 months I was right. And he's right most of the time, to be honest. He's a very special person on this. He's very, very strong, and I'm learning a lot from him. And, at the end of the day, I think the trifecta of like finance people and Shuo, who is managing most of the sales, is really like working well together into building Deel today.
That's fucking awesome. I did not know that. That's so cool.